this is exactly how we took this second brand from around 10K a month to over 130K a month in under 5 months with a full funnel ad strategy. So this is just a screenshot so you can see that this is actually right, but I can hop into Shopify as well and I can refresh and do anything that needs to be done to showcase that is actual results here. But as you can see, and that's we came up around January and February. I think it was late January, and then since then you can see the sales have been massively increased, and it was all down to a few things I'm going to be covering today. So if you are at a similar spot, maybe you are sub 50K a month, so this is the exact thing. This is the exact thing that I will do to bring that up. But yeah, just to be clear, the first point that I want to address here is Google. Obviously, that specific client got that small revenue that he was doing just from Google. So the first thing that we need to do is optimize Google. So that's what we did. Now, just to pull it back and make it be maybe more relatable for you, if you're doing Meta and you actually reach the level that is is getting revenue and everything, it makes sense to activate and optimize that platform first. So just to throw it out there, for most of the brands it would be kind of a mixture of Meta and Google. Depending on your brand, there is some niches that I would just go with Google, and there's other niches that I would just go with Meta. But obviously, just leveraging Google's kind of branded search and some intent-based like keyword targeting, I think it's super beneficial for those initial stages that we want to be very, very, very efficient with our budget and to try to get the revenue up. So lots of wasted ad spend going into broad keyword targeting, which was something that we immediately kind of pulled back and just put a strategy in place. So the strategy that we use on Google, especially for an account like this, we use a very unique strategy that is full funnel. So that's why we have very strong results with Google, and we actually spend more than 20 million just on Google. We are allowed to scale it as a prospecting channel. That not a lot of bad thing. I actually had a discussion with the brand owner recently, and the question was, isn't it Google just for branded search and just for retargeting? We're nowhere near. So we use the full funnel approach. We create a search campaign based on intent and thorough keyword research to capture those like middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and by middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, I don't really mean here the retargeting audiences, but mostly the segment of the audience that we were targeting that was around that kind of that was in market and just pretty warm prospects there. So what we did is just very thorough keyword research. The brand itself had different categories. We just focused on the first top 2 sellers, which was so just to put it back a bit, the brand itself was actually a brand that was basically supplying the trade kind of niche. So it had like some workwear, and it had some specific products that actually held like supplies and everything. So there was 2 categories that were pretty broad. So we did the keyword research. We activated 2 search campaigns. Each one had its own unique specific ad group with specific keywords, just to be as relatable as possible and relevant, not relatable to the search. So that's why we got like very high click-through rates, our ads showing very top. So we then also unlocked through shopping and PMAX some top funnel growth across top how many categories. So we went into the message center and we optimized the product feed, and then we went to the ad account. We created the shopping campaign first, just with those. Initially it was a catch-all kind of shopping, but then we narrowed down to just the top 2 categories because we were seeing just some way more overspending there. But yeah, key things, we basically moved away budget from what was not performing and some like very bad like managing in terms of the account, management in terms of the account, and then we break the account to full funnel approach, and I think that got us around like 30k a month. Then we unlocked PMax and tightened a bit the manual bidding to improve efficiency and reach first levels of scales, averaging I think around 9 watts. I'll just put a screenshot here so you can see that as well. But yeah, that basically get us to around 50k a month. And then we were able to unlock Meta to drive new customer acquisition, because obviously Meta is just probably the best platform to do this very fast. And we scale Google at the same time. So again, taking learnings from Google into our creative strategy. Obviously, we have quite a few search terms and data around what's really resonating in terms of the kind of approach there. So we put that into the creative strategy. We create the first few ads, and it's really setting their fundamentals, just heavy creative testing on cost caps and using ASC Plus. I just like to use cost caps because obviously that was very low budget, and also it was a brand that they were really battling with efficiency and they wanted to get the revenue up and everything. So cost caps just was a logical step there. And obviously, if that wouldn't work, we've seen like mixture of results. But I like to start with cost caps just because it's more efficient there. In terms of the most important thing is the creative piece. So focusing on product aware, problem aware segments. So people who actually wanted that solution and they had that problem. So we spoke to them again through the keyword research that we did. That really unlocked a lot of ideas. And the course that we work with is an us versus them and a feature led. So I would highly recommend starting with something like that. It's very bold, direct comparison to some other options in the market. Again, really problem and solution oriented segments that we are speaking to, because we want people to be as informed as possible. We weren't on the stage that really just approach cold traffic or target cold traffic. So that was pretty much it here in terms of the overall strategy. And then obviously we scale around 130k a month on in the summer, and obviously PMax really played a good role of this. And now we are at the point that we're gonna be right now demand gen and some other pieces to really scale. So yeah, I keep you posted on that. But that's much it. If you have any other questions or if you want to work with me, click the link below and you can get a free growth plan. Just I'm basically gonna share what I think would be the best kind of action point for your specific occasion. And obviously, if we can work together, that's fine. If not, that's fine as well. And I hope you have a great day. Bye bye, guys.